Hello and welcome back. We are on day 16 of Adventures in Tarot Casting for the month of October 2025. I can't believe we're already halfway through. I've been having such a fun time and I hope you have been too. Today we are working with the Spice Rack, which is this image. Here's the card. Here's the prompts and placements. And then this is how I have it in my particular book here. Like I've mentioned before, I always take notes and write my own little things, kind of make it my own. So my hope is that if you choose to add this sticker to your book, that you will do your own thing with it. So with this one, it's kind of more of like a choose your own adventure, recipes. You put in as much as you want. You leave things out if you need it spicier or less spicy or whatever like that. They are passed down, recipes are passed down from generation to generation, from friend to friend. Like they're just the things that it's kind of like something that sews us together in nourishment, but also in witchcraft and different practices. There's spells. Spells are basically magical recipes, So this spread is kind of like just a pick what you need and then let it read for you. So in here I have each jar is essentially a prompt. The recipe is a tarot card, or you could use an oracle card, and then the sugar and the pepper, so sugar and spice up here. They're little boosters, right? So let's just get through it and I will talk you through it. I'm going to use the Nested Tarot, which is a deck that I hand carved and then scanned in and made a deck out of it. I love it. It's never been like one of our big ones because people are so used to color from me, but I do enjoy this deck a lot. The idea being that the nesting dolls can open up, and maybe that's what we're putting our spices in to carry with us, right? So the recipe card in this particular page is the energy that's needed to zest up the current situation, right? So that's where I'm saying, like, you could use any kind of deck. This one is basically very casual, very free-flowing. You might only want to check in with one. You could even make it a 9-card spread and just forget about what I have in the background on things and do whatever you want with it. Let's just see, though, what energy is needed to zest up our current situation. Excuse me. We have that 4 of Cups, right? And so maybe the energy that's needed is to take a more laid back approach, like just kind of not care so much about every little thing, right? Just like, every time I see it, I just think it's like, you're boring me. This is boring. So maybe life is too exciting lately and we need to take a little page out of the 4 of Cups' book and just understand that, yeah, sometimes there can be some clarity found in that downtime, right? So I thought what would be really neat for the jars here is I got this deck of Care on Kickstarter years ago. It's by the Exhausted Millennial. And even though it's playing cards, and I don't read playing cards, I've never really done much with it, each one has something really fun on it. It's such a cute little deck. Comes with what the cards are, as far as like aces or visioning to planning, gratitude, like all through that. And then, it has just a little bit of way to suggest of how to use the deck if you're using it for like self-inquiry instead of just a playing card deck. So we're just going to go into each one. So salt I have on my prompt would be use this card, add this into your mix, right? So we have the 4 of Cups. Maybe the 4 of Cups is telling us we're bored and we need to spice up our life. Like that seems like it fits a little bit more with this casting sticker, right? So salt. This is what we need to add for protection, and it's going to ground us and to help keep any negativity at bay. And instead of shuffling for each one, I'm actually just going to lay the salt up and then just trust that the cards that need to come up are going to come up, right? So we're going to have salt, and then I'm going to do sage, cinnamon, lavender, mint, and mugwort. That way we're not like shuffling in between. I know it's not how I normally do it, but this is a demo. So for salt, we have the Queen of Diamonds, and it's listen to someone without interrupting. So maybe for protection and grounding, we need to connect with somebody. We need to like fully be present and just listen to them without adding our own interjections or even our own words of caution, right? So we just need to listen to someone without interrupting. And that is going to help add some salt into this recipe. It's just going to help us a little bit more protection, because in doing that, we're showing we're a safe space, right? So then we have the sage, which is for clearing energy, increasing wisdom, and purifying the spaces. So maybe you're seeing now like how you don't have to add everything. Maybe you just only want to go into, I want some salt, cinnamon, and mint, and just do those. Again, this is more of a, it's why I don't really use it for the weekly spreads. It's more of just kind of a personal check-in. But I wanted to show you, and this is it. So sage, we have explore a new place. So when we explore a new place, it helps to clear the energy. It increases our wisdom because we've expanded our horizons, and it purifies the spaces because now we have another touch point to go to that is exciting, right? And then now we're into cinnamon, and this is for success, prosperity, enhancing personal power. And we have the Two of Spades, and it's prioritizing what you want to accomplish in the next week. I love that little owl. Look at him. He's got his Post-it notes. Prioritizing. So in order to be successful, you need to kind of make one of these vision boards. You need to prioritize in being able to show what areas of life need your actual immediate action and what other areas are just kind of like maybe random thoughts and they don't need to be followed. Like sometimes we get in our own way of success because we're too busy thinking of all the options when we need to pare it down. So prioritize what you want to accomplish. I think that is a wonderful recipe for success, right? And it can add to we're not boring anymore. We're no longer in this space. So now we're down to lavender, and this is for calm, happiness, and tranquility. And some of these herbs you might have a deeper connection with. So if you have a deeper connection, by all means, do a whole spread on that. Like you could say, okay, I want to prioritize, so I'm going to add this up here and then do a 6-card spread or a 3-card spread underneath. Choose your own adventure, choose your own way, intuitively use this spice rack however you would like. So lavender, again, for calm, happiness, and tranquility. We have the Jack of Hearts, and this is to open yourself up in a new way to somebody, right? And so that's a really good way to find calm, is vulnerability, shared vulnerability especially, is a place for calm. It's a place to realize that we're all just human beings having a journey, and everybody's at different phases of our journey, and to be able to be a safe space for somebody who might be having a hard time is a huge way to radiate that happiness, right? So then we also have mint, and this is to promote communication and stimulate strategy. And we have the 3 of Hearts. Look at that little narwhal. He's so cute. Identify 3 things that you like about yourself. Oh, how sweet. So this could be the way, like, to promote communication and stimulate the strategy. With mint, the way we talk to ourselves really is important, right? And so seeing that, and when you can identify things that you actually like about yourself instead of constantly ripping yourself apart, that is help to promote and re-energize the way that you talk to yourself, and you start to see everything in a better light because the thoughts that you're thinking about, the core of who you are, radiate outwards. So instead of being so negative to yourself, you're no longer being negative to everybody around you, and that in itself promotes communication and helps everybody come together, right? And so then we finally have mugwort, and this is to enhance psychic abilities and aid in dream work and whatever properties that you have with mugwort. And we have another narwhal. We have that 7 of Hearts. And this is experience nature, cherish something beautiful outside. So to see that, I see that our connection with the living world and even the dreaming world is not through our technology, even though we've become such a technological world. It's through being able to see new things, explore new things, get out in nature, experience something that's just so different and beautiful outside of your comfort zones, perhaps. And dreams allow us to do that. So maybe if you don't have the time to go on a vacation, set some intentions before you go to sleep that you would like to dream about things. Like, dream work is a little bit, it's a practice, it's an acquired practice. So this could say, maybe listen to an ocean machine as you're getting ready to go to sleep, and you'll dream about going diving on the Great Barrier Reef or something like that. I say that because of the reef, but it's to experience something beautiful outside, and that will help aid in our psychic connections because we are now being more tuned to the energy outside of ourselves. And then this is going to bring us up into the sugar and the pepper. And these are boosters, like I said, to add a little sweetness and to add a little spice. And for this, I'm going to use charms. My personal charm kit has been acquired through the years. It's pretty heavy. Some are like ones I've bought, like when my father passed away, I bought a banjo to put in here because he was, banjos always make me think of him. But then I also have some things in here that were from like my grandmother's jewelry box, my great-grandmother's jewelry box. I don't wear a lot of jewelry, so I took the charms off of some things that they were less, I don't know, I don't attach a lot of value to them, but they actually serve me more as a charm instead of being on a necklace that I'm never going to wear. I also have my tassel from 1995, the year I graduated. I took it off there. So like a charm casting kit that's personalized can just be from anything. I have rings in here that I don't wear that are, it's just a very fun and personal practice to create your own charm kit. Look at your junk drawer in a different way. Anything can be a divination tool if you allow it, right? So to add some sweetness for sugar, and I just do this, and I let something, let's see. Okay, I let something, so I have a key. And the key lets us know that in order to add sweetness, we have to unlock doors. We have to open ourselves up a little bit more instead of being so closed off. And then for some spice to the pepper over here, we can add this. And I got this coin, so you can even add, this is from Jennifer Stidley Cooper's Simdala deck. It was a coin that came with it. So you can add that, and then we've got yes or no. And so we have yes, which is the part that popped up. And so we're going to add some spice, and it just says yes. And it's very on the same line of unlocking doors and saying yes to new experiences, because that's also going to add some sweetness and some spice. So I know this is a little different than the other ones, but you might find that sometimes different is good, and it gets us outside of our proverbial box when it comes to divination and when it comes to connecting with our cards and it comes to connecting with all the tools that we use. Let's slide this out of the way and see what we're working with tomorrow. It's getting thinner, so it's harder to cut. Ooh, and we have Pumpkin Night. So tomorrow we get back into the spooky vibes of Halloween, and I have some decks that I already want to pair with this. So I will see you here tomorrow for day 17 when we get a little bit more in the season for Samhain and all the things. Again, if you are enjoying these, please let me know. Like and subscribe. Connect with me in the other platforms. I have a Substack. I have a Patreon. It's a lot of fun. I am on Instagram. I'm not very active on Facebook, although I do have a Facebook. And just, sharing and connecting. And it's just our way of being able to stay in this community without necessarily being in space because of the way the world is right now. So again, I will see you here tomorrow when we explore Pumpkin Night. Have a good one. Bye.